Yeah.
Good evening and welcome to episode 116. As always, we'll start with our gratitude attitude. So, if you would please gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, relax your body. Take another deep breath. As you exhale, see all your stress melt away. Take one more deep breath. As you exhale, let yourself completely loose. Now, think of one thing that you're thankful for that happened in the past week. Once you identified that, think about why you're thankful. And now let's set it free. If you're by yourself, say it out loud what you're thankful for and why. If you're with someone, tell it to each other. All right. So we talked about relationships quite a bit over the years. But today, I want to discuss how we heal our fractured relationships. We all have relationships that are not where they need to be. And we must repair and heal these relationships. But before we heal our relationship with someone else, we must improve the relationship with ourselves. We need to accept ourselves, feel good about ourselves, and not identify with our faults and limitations. So they did a survey and they asked people that out of 10 thoughts, how many of those are uncontrolled or unwanted thoughts? And to my surprise, people said 9 out of 10 of their thoughts were uncontrolled. 9 out of 10. These uncontrolled thoughts is what Buddha calls delusions. A delusion is a state of mind that arises from inappropriate attention, making our mind uncontrolled. We need to learn to develop happier relationship with ourselves. We need to learn to control our thoughts. We need to believe in our pure nature, our Buddha nature, that golden nugget at our heart we keep talking about every week. So this is the foundation for our ability to make spiritual progress. Our ability to let go of our faults. Our ability to see others as precious and important and cherish them. At the moment, we keep thinking other people are inherently awful, faulty, nasty, deluded. That's their fault. And they are to blame for everything that goes on. So it's very hard to improve our relationship with others when we really cannot stand them. If we think they are faulty and horrible and awful, right? How are we going to improve our relationship? It's just not possible. Improving our relationship with others comes from understanding that others are at heart just like us, and that they suffer from delusions just as we do, and they want to be happy just as we do. We need to understand that when people harm us, whether it's perceived or real, they're controlled by their delusions. Geshe says that delusions are distorted conceptual thoughts that arise within the mind like waves on the ocean. And just as it is possible for waves to die down, so it is possible for delusions to end. Buddha compared our nature to a golden nugget in the dirt. No matter how disgusting the delusions may be, but the real nature is pure gold. That's our soul, pure soul, if you will. In the heart of even the cruelest and most degenerate person exists the potential for limitless love and compassion. And this potential is indestructible. That's the pure essential nature of everything. When we meet other people, rather than focus on the delusions, thinking you are awful, you're greedy, you are selfish, you're this, you're that, right? Rather than doing that, how about we focus on, I see you, I see your potential, I see that you have pure nature. This will not only enable us to regard them as special and unique, but also help us to bring out their good qualities. Another way to improve our relationship with others is to change our perspective. Geshe says to imagine someone whom we regard as especially precious, such as a child, partner, or mother. This person seems to have unique qualities that make him or her stand out from others. We treasure and want to take special care of this person who has good qualities like from their own side, just as precious. We see past that their tantrums and their horribleness, right? Because we love them. There was a decision made somewhere along the line to love this person. And you may be in any different number of factors, right? There may be karma, whatever is in play. But we are committed to viewing this person in a positive way. And we can choose to see everyone as having special qualities, as being worthy of love, as being worthy of happiness. Alternatively, we see someone and we think they are horrible and mean and messing with your day and whatnot, right? Manipulative, whatever. And you say, okay, I'm seeing them like that. They seem to be filled with these horrible qualities. They're definitely in way of my happiness. They are my problem, not my delusion. They are my problem. But we can actually look at them from a different angle. We can think, okay, if they were inherently bad, everyone will think they are bad. But other people are looking at this person, and to someone else, they may be really special and lovely. Their husband, their wife, their dog, their mom, they must think this person is really nice, really special, worthy of loving. They don't think them as awful. So the person is not inherently awful, right? So whenever we shift our perspective, broaden our perspective, then our thoughts change. And our whole attitude towards that person shifts naturally, right? There's a little bit of space opens up in our heart, if you will, allows us to see them in a different light. If we start looking at people who we find difficult through the eyes of someone who doesn't have difficulty with them, right? There's a shift in our mind because there's nothing inherently awful about them. If they are behaving badly towards us, it's their delusions at work, but they're not inherently awful. Because if they are inherently awful, everybody will look at them like that. So if we understand that we are not our delusions, first of all, we can come to understand that other people are not their delusions, right? We are not an angry person. We are a peaceful person who happen to get angry sometimes. Right? Deep down, we are a peaceful person. If we look at that and say, okay, this person may not be an angry person. It's a peaceful person who happened to be angry at this time. That gives a shift of perspective. Another way to think about is, like we said, not everyone is inherently awful. Because if they were, then their mom would like them, right? We put them in their situation. Start seeing the redeeming qualities, if you will. Let the light in, let the heart open up. So that's the sermon for the day. If you are ready, we will do something different today. It's been a while since we tried Savasana. So let's try Savasana today. If you're able to, please lie down on a flat surface. Put your hands on our sides, palms up. And then we'll practice this diaphragmatic breathing while we are engaged in meditation. And then we'll scan our entire body, one part at a time. This type of meditation brings our awareness of mind and body together. It allows us to focus on the sensation of our body parts. It has some health benefits, including reduced blood pressure, reduced muscle tension, decreased heart rate, and so forth. So if you're ready, please lie down on a flat surface. Arms on your side, arms straight, palms up. Gently close your eyes. Make sure you continue to do deep breathing. Take about 4 seconds to inhale. Hold your breath for about 4 seconds. And take about 8 seconds to exhale. Now, bring your attention to your feet. See if there is tension there. Feel any sensation if there is any. Otherwise, just keep your attention there. Bring your attention to your ankle. Bring your attention to your calf area. Bring your attention to your knees. See if there is any pain, any sensation. And keep your focus there. Bring your attention to your thighs. Bring your attention to your hips. See if there is any pain, any sensation. Keep your focus there. Bring your attention to your lower back. Bring your attention to your upper back. Bring your attention to your shoulders. See if you're carrying any stress. Bring your attention to your abdominal area. See if there is any pain there. Bring your attention to your chest. Bring your attention to your heart. Bring your attention to your neck. Sometimes we carry our stress there, so keep an eye on it. Bring your attention to your face. Bring your attention to your forehead. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Any questions? Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, we talked about the relationship, so many people, and we wish always that we have good relations with everybody. But in reality, it is not happening for one reason or other. And it's very, very difficult to have that type of achievement, like in reality or personality wise. Yes, it's a some sort of a achievement, and probably need a, rather than understanding of the other person, a very good control over yourself and your mind, your thought process. And if we can achieve that, probably we can succeed in getting the good results.
Absolutely. And think about is that it's one thing to have good relation with everyone, but at least not have bad relationship with anyone. It's okay, if we not buddy with everyone, that's fine. But we shouldn't, have negative relationship with anyone. That's the one thing. I'm I had a one or two relationship which I thought was not as good as I needed to be based on my, and it made a point to say, what. And funny thing is, the moment I made the decision, right, that okay, this relation needs to be better than it is, I felt like without trying, it happened. I'm not sure that's possible or not, but that's what I felt like. That's what I felt like.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to just identify. First thing is to identify that this is the relationship I need to improve. And I think if we make that conscious decision, I think things will fall in place. That's at least that was my experience. And this was this year. I made a point that okay, this is important to me to have friction, not to have friction in this particular relationship. And it just worked out. So a lot of times when we have friction, I think part of it is that some of it is made up in our mind also, right? And like you said, when you change your own mind, things start to improve.
Yeah.
Aditi, do you want to add anything to this?
Oh boy, this is a hard one. I mean, I try uh, to become mindful, of course, around some difficult relationship people, but one way or other, I do end up getting hurt by them.
Yeah, I hear you.
And it doesn't happen in, I mean, it is happening in the moment, but once they leave, once they, and then those hurts just, comes back, and it's like so much. uh, so that's why it's like, okay, nothing works. This will be like this in my life. You do wonder. Uh,
But if
so,
those relationships are important to you, see, it's one thing if it's important, if you only focus on things which are important to you, right? If that's an
mhm,
important relationship, then you make a conscious effort to, you know, try to change that. I mean, you can't change the other person, of course, right?
right, right.
But you can change your thinking and say, okay, you know what? Deep down, this is a nice person, right?
Mm-hmm,
Maybe their anger shows up sometime, but that's not them, right? Just like when I'm angry, I'm not a bad person. Deep down, I'm a good person. It just happened to get angry sometime, right? If you start thinking like that, I think you won't get hurt from what
mm-hmm.
you say.
Yep, yep. You just said today that some most of the times we are in delusion, they are in delusion too, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, it's all that, but like, let's say this way, that someone is being mean to me,
Right.
and one other person is right there and seeing all this but not saying anything, and that just creates like different relationship issue with my other person too. It's like it's so complicated. You feel like, okay, no, this person has to stand up for me now, because and
Yeah, but
so,
don't expect. Why keep expectation from anybody, right? Why
yeah,
keep expectation from anyone else, right?
yeah,
I was watching news last week,
uh-huh,
and they were interviewing this Israeli guy, okay,
okay,
and he says, I'm a yogi, I do meditation, I don't see faults in people, but
uh-huh.
where I draw the line, he says, right? So this was limit for him, but that's quite a limit. That I get, right? When hundreds of people get killed and that breaks your limit, okay, I think you get a pass, right? But compared to that, what we go through is nothing,
Right.
right?
In a grand scheme of thing, this is
How?
like nothing, right? I
Right?
mean,
If somebody said something, who cares? Just shrug it off and move on, right?
mhm, right, right. That's so true. That's so
I,
true. Yeah. Sorry, uncle. Yeah, please.
no, I think that's like sometimes it's very easy to say rather than follow. Like some unknown person says something and you get irritated and angry.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
eh, I get it, but again, why give them the pleasure of angering you, right? Because it destroys your peace.
I think ego intervenes, Nirav. When,
And
uh,
and
yeah.
and, and funny you said that. Today I was listening to somebody else, Guru.
Mm-hmm.
He says, she was saying that, Sadhguru, it's my ego sometime which makes, and Sadhguru got really animated. He says, don't blame the damn ego, he said, your life, fix the damn thing. He says, have
Yeah.
you seen me of this person ego you keep talking about? Who is this person ego? He got really
There is
animated.
no such thing, right? Yeah.
He was very
Mm,
interesting. But
he's very funny.
yeah, the
Mm,
point he was trying to make is that, it's your ego, you fix it, right?
yep.
I mean, it's not some third person, right? That's what he was trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, yeah. Well, let me stop
Let's stop.
recording.
Mm-hmm.